up, everyone? Welcome to P4P TV. This is Michael, and it's been a while, but I'm back. Boxing fans and pundits are on record stating that the second showdown between now unified undisputed lightweight champion Devin Haney and former unified champ George Kambosos Jr. is a foregone conclusion and will result in the same manner as their first encounter, if not worse, for Kambosos Jr. And therefore the interest in the rematch is and will be underwhelming. Some believe that it's a chance for both fighters to put it beyond any doubt and question who is the better man. Most agree that this was already put to bed in their first outing, and what Haney achieved the first time was a complete shutout. Is there a chance that just maybe, if Kambosos can make the right adjustments, he can possibly get his belt back? We will all find out this 16th of October when Haney vs Kambosos Jnr 2 kicks off at Rod Laver Arena, Melbourne, Australia. Also on the card that night, both Maloney brothers, Andrew and Jason, will take on stiff opposition in the bantam and super flyweight divisions respectively. For Jason, it's a step closer to potentially meeting an old foe, Naoya Inoue, and claiming the WBC belt at 118 pounds. And for the former world champion Andrew Maloney, he takes on Dominican Republic contender Norberto Jimenez for the vacant WBO International Super Flyweight belt and eventually a shot at one of the 115-pound champions. Devin the Dream Haney is certainly living the dream and riding high after doing exactly what both he and his father, Bill Haney, said they would do when they last visited the land down under back in June of this year, 2022. Both of the Haneys not only predicted that Devin would put on a clinic and outbox the more aggressive and come-forward style of Kambosos Jr., but that the Haney team would also win over the respect of the Australian crowds. In my opinion, this was certainly achieved to a large extent. For the pedestrian boxing fan watching from afar, it must have been impressive to watch a fighter visit a country so far away from everywhere else, face their champion in hostile territory, and then take the belts home with him after achieving a decisive victory. The fight itself may not have been a barn burner, fair enough. Instead, what it was a lesson on boxing 101. Effectively jab the night away, stay defensively minded, and tie up your opponent when in sight to smother their work. Haney basically had an answer for everything that Kambosos threw at him, and it visibly frustrated the Australian. Fighting other champions on their home turf is always a sign of a great champion. This is what George Kambosos Jr. had been doing up until that fateful night against Haney. On that night, it was Haney visiting the backyard of a champion, and he did what he had to do. The fact that he's meeting the former champ again in his backyard, as was the arrangement in the contract before the first fight, shows that he's not just contractually responsible as he's obligated to be, but also reinforces his image as a road warrior. Fighting internationally is something Haney did often earlier on in his career, and the Haney team did have to remind fans of that in the lead up to the first bout. The undisputed champ will put up his IBF, WBA, WBO, WBC and Ring Magazine belts on the line in the rematch, and I imagine his confidence is even more resolute than the last time after already sharing the ring with Kambosos. Haney will be looking to add another victory to his record of 28 wins, 15 by KO with 0 losses or draws, and a 23-year-old will no doubt have a little bit more respect on his name this time around when he arrives in Australia after already proving his talent to the uninitiated. George Ferocious Kambosos Jr. is noticeably quiet on social media. Well, in terms of firing shots across the bow Devin Haney's direction anyway. Granted, we're still roughly a month out from the fight and this can and will likely change, but George does seem to be hunkering down and putting all his energy into preparation for the rematch. Not that he didn't train hard for the first one, because he most certainly did. It's true that he initially missed weight in the last weigh-in before the fight, but shortly afterwards he did come in on target. Putting diet and hydration miscalculations aside, Kambosos Jr. trained Spartan-like for that first bout. It's just that he also invested a lot of energy into promoting the fight as well. And it was the promoting and spectacle of fight hyping, which includes the trash talking and name calling and all that jazz that some feel may have contributed to Kambosos' loss by way of distraction. It's a bit of an unfair assessment because, as I said, Kambosos did seem focused and did train hard, but it also undermines in some small way the fact that Devin Haney simply won on the night because he was the better fighter with the better game plan. The question remains, can Kambosos change anything this time around that will impact the way Devin Haney fights? If Kambosos decides to be even more aggressive and apply more pressure, Haney has the answer for that, and we already saw it in the first fight. Evade, counter, and clench. If Kambosos hangs back a little and tries to get Haney to come to him, well, that's not Haney's style. He's waiting on you to make the move. He's the boxer, he's looking to react off of you and pepper you with jabs in between time. Haney's gonna stick and move, he's never going to lunge in looking to take your head off like Tio Lopez did against Kambosos. The other issue is whatever adjustments Kambosos makes, Haney will respond with his own adjustments, and this means during the fight also. The best bet for Kambosos is to crowd Haney, cut off the ring, and break any clenching with dirty boxing on the inside to the best of his ability. It will be building on what he already tried in the first fight, but it's a start because I can't think of another way, stylistically, that will suit George and his ability while simultaneously throwing off Haney's game plan and style. Whatever the Kambosos team are working on will no doubt have been deeply and meticulously thought out and trained on by an experienced and competent crew who know intimately what potential Kambosos can achieve. Now, I'm just a guy on YouTube. The Kambosos team know what they need to do, and I'm looking forward to seeing what it is. If I'm wrong, I'm happy to snip off a length of David Diamante's natty dreadlocks and smoke it like a cigar, but as much as I want my fellow Aussie to win, I can't see how he solves the Haney puzzle. Part of Haney's effectiveness as a pure boxer is his ability to nullify everything his opponent does in the ring, and short of knocking him out or causing him to be so uncomfortable through relentless pressure that he becomes disorientated, I just can't see how Haney loses the rematch. Kambosos has mentioned that he might quit boxing if he can't win the rematch, and I think that would be a shame. But he's made a great deal of money and has had immense success, so he's achieved a great deal and has probably earned it. Still, let's just see how the fight plays out. Before we hear from the experts, a reminder to please jab that like, share, subscribe, and notification bell. Check out our Patreon page to become a Patreon family member where you'll receive some cool perks. Looking for some new threads? We've got t-shirts, hoodies, and more, so head on over to our Michael Akobi Pound for Pound TV stores. They can be found on Redbubble and Spreadshop, so make sure to check them out. I've said for some time that life is a fight outside the ring, and like so many, I too have battled substance abuse, depression, lack of confidence, and all sorts of trouble on the streets and with the law. Yes, there was much darkness in my life, but I turned it around, and my experiences might help you to do the same if you are or have dealt with similar hardships. It's all documented in my book, How to Get Out of Life Traps, and it's available on Amazon, so just follow the link below. Thank you for watching Pound for Pound TV. Please remember to subscribe and hit that notification bell for future updates. See you in the next one. Looking for somewhere to store your crypto? I'm not a financial advisor, but it's pretty obvious that cryptocurrency is growing in popularity and utility. And many folks think that they've missed the boat on cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin or Ethereum, but they couldn't be further from the truth. And if you're invested or looking to invest, CoinSpot has you covered. This is not a paid sponsor, but CoinSpot is what I use to buy or sell crypto, and it's where I keep my investments safe. Click the link below and check out the up-to-date and user-friendly charts and overall platform that is blockchain certified and trusted by millions of users. Follow the link provided and enter the code to receive $10 worth of Bitcoin just for simply signing up.